want to welcome you to the Ask Jeff YouTube channel. Here's today's question. Why did God not use Moses to lead the people to the promised land after he'd used him to take them out of slavery? Now, that's a really good question because when you think about the story of Moses, I mean, here he is on the backside of nowhere. He's been tending sheep for 40 years, kind of reeling from all this issue in Egypt and the killing of the Egyptian. The Lord appears in this bush that's burning, not consumed. He says, you're going to go and declare my people to be let go. The 10 great plagues, crossing the Red Sea, 40 years of manna. You would think if anybody deserved to go to the promised land, it was Moses. However, remember at the beginning of that wilderness experience, the Lord told him to take his staff, the very staff that he'd utilized in parting the Red Sea, and to strike the rock. And that rock would bring forth water to nourish the Israelites. Well, toward the end of that campaign in the wilderness, again, there was a need for water, and the Lord told Moses to speak to the rock. However, Moses didn't speak to the rock. He struck it not just once, but twice. And the Lord told him that the consequence or the punishment of his sin is that he would be able to look into and see the promised land, but he would not be able to step into and or dwell. His last days are mentioned in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 34. And when what we know is Numbers and in Exodus, it shares the experience about the rock. So again, it seems a little bit, quote, unfair that this occurred, but that is the biblical account. A man who was so obedient for so long directly disobeyed to the Lord, and he was not allowed to enter the promised land. So again, it appears that he should have, but he disobeyed a very specific command of God, and the consequence was not being allowed in the promised land. Great question. If you have one, send it to AskJeff.net. Maybe your question will be tomorrow's. Thanks for being a part of today's daily question. Now, we answer a question each and every day. Please feel free to submit a new question at AskJeff.net. We may not have gotten to yours today, but we eventually will continue to be a part of this. Subscribe so you don't miss out on a question every day.